welcome to ONTV News. I'm Jessi Agnew. Over the past 4 decades, there have been numerous searches and digs for the famed labor union leader Jimmy Hoffa. Following a tip from former mobster Tony Zarelli, the most recent search brought FBI agents and local law enforcement officers to a parcel of land located on the northeast corner of Adams and Orion Road intersection. On July 30th, 1975, Hoffa left his home in Lake Orion to meet with acquaintances at a restaurant in Bloomfield Township. His wife reported him missing later that evening, and he was never seen again. New information brought law enforcement officers to Oakland Township last week, where a dig took place on land once owned by a former mob boss. Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard held an impromptu press conference on the scene on Tuesday, June 18th.
Not a lot of new information to report, obviously. It's still an ongoing process back there. One of the areas has been completed in terms of it's being checked thoroughly. They're checking another area which is still consistent with the information. One of these areas is consistent with the information. There were some reports out apparently that the dog was in, and we did in fact have a dog in. It moved about the area, but nothing real conclusive. It was in the same areas that one of the original parameters was specifically talking about. They're going to hit those same areas as they would with or without that dog. Obviously there's other things there, given that it's been kind of a rural area for some time. There's animal bones and other things, so it's a process, but it's still continuing. They still feel good about the information, and they're looking in the second part of the same consistent area, if that makes sense.
Can you talk about the concrete slab?
Well, there is concrete back there, and obviously that was part of the original information, and it's consistent with that. And they're working with that and around that area to determine, and this second area potentially is in line with that same information.
But Sheriff, is that concrete? Was that part of the floor of the barn, or was that a concrete slab that was made to cover Hoffa's body?
Well, I'm not going to get specifically into the information, other than it's been reported that the concrete was relevant to the information and the area and the search, and all of that is true. The very talented evidence folks go through a process of determining with little probes what the kind of ground makeup is. They do an initial scrape, if you will, and kind of do some examinations, and then they do some testing, and it's a watch and a sifting process. So there's a variety of steps that they're going through to see if there's anything to be located there.
How optimistic are you that this is still a fruitful search?
Well, you're as optimistic as you can based on the information and the credibility of where it comes from. It's probably one of the most relevant and credible in terms of being in the know with information that's come forth. Whether or not it bears fruit, yet to remain to be seen, but certainly it's information that comes from what would be in a position to have credible information. As you look at a tip on this or any case, you look at credibility, you look at the ability to actually have relevant information, and you check those boxes obviously on some of this information. Whether it pans out or not, we obviously looked a number of years ago, and we had a very credible person because he had given us information about a very specific place and a body, and it was located. So in the next situation, we didn't locate something. So we'll just have to see if it pans out, but we have to give it a good faith attempt. If it can bring closure, that's what we hope for. We'd like this to be closure for the community, for the family, and for all involved.
After 3 days of digging, the search was called off after no sign of Hoffa turned up. The tipster, Tony Zarelli, expressed his disappointment and still insists Hoffa's remains are somewhere on the property. We can only wait and see if the search will continue at some later date. Lake Orion Community Schools is promoting an infrastructure and technology bond. This bond will replace aging technology, repair buildings, upgrade heating and cooling systems, and boost safety and security technology. The bond will be voted on August 6th. The informational meeting was held on Thursday, June 20th at the Orion Center, where Superintendent Marian Janopoulos presented the specifics of the bond to Orion residents. There was also a pro and con discussion to close out the meeting. If you would like to see this program in its entirety, tune in to ONTV Comcast Channel 20 Thursdays and Saturdays at 1 p.m. and Sundays at 10 p.m. This program will also air on our YouTube channel. Visit OrionONTV.org and click on the YouTube link or our Meetings on Demand icon. Summer vacation is finally here for all of the students of Lake Orion. Classes ended for most students on Friday, June 14th, with Carpenter Elementary finishing up on June 18th. The 5th graders at Carpenter celebrated their graduation to middle school with a touching ceremony attended by friends and family. Each 5th grade student was recognized by their teachers who shared memorable anecdotes about their year together. Students received their report cards and some keepsakes to remember their time at Carpenter with lemonade and cookies to snack on after the formal presentation. The staff and students said their final goodbyes to the 5th graders with a clap out signifying their last walk through the halls they've come to know over the past 6 years. Tears and smiles were shared by friends saying goodbye not just for the summer. Carpenter Elementary has students from all over the Orion area, which makes for an interesting transition to middle school. The current 5th graders will be split up as they attend one of 3 neighborhood middle schools next year. Friends will be scattered until they meet up again when they enter LOHS as 9th graders. Carpenter Elementary resumes classes August 1st. Oakland County prides itself on being a leader in the field of technology and innovation, not just in the state, but in the country as well. Recently, students at Oakland University demonstrated that they can compete with teams from around the world in a robotics competition held on the campus of OU. Friday, June 7th through Monday, June 10th, Oakland University hosted the 21st Annual Intelligent Ground Vehicle Competition. Robotics teams from universities across the globe participated in the event. The competition challenged students to construct and program robots to autonomously navigate obstacle courses using technologies such as sensors and intelligent path planning systems. The purpose of the event is to give students hands-on experience involving innovation, creativity, and most importantly, teamwork. It also gives students a chance to show off their skills to leading robotics companies. Despite constant rain and mud, the energy and excitement at the event was palpable. Every team had worked hard over the year in hopes that their robot would be the winner. To do so, the team would have to score the most points overall in 3 categories: the design competition, the joint architecture for unmanned systems challenge, as well as AutoNav, a course involving GPS intelligence. This year's winner was home team Oakland University. The first-time winners were ecstatic, having worked hard over the past year to finalize their project. From those of us at ONTV, congratulations to the Oakland University robotics team. Way to go. Members of the team encouraged their fellow students to join by visiting their website at oaklandroboticswordpress.com. For more information about the competition, go to igvc.com. We are going to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll have a report from Joe Johnson on the annual Village DDA Farmers Market. You are watching ONTV News. Stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Mike Bouchard, the Oakland County Sheriff. There's a big problem that faces all the communities in America today, and that's abuse of legitimate prescription drugs. Sometimes they're left in the home when a loved one passes away, or they're in the medicine cabinet for someone else, and a youngster in the home steals it and they abuse it. It's one of the fastest growing drug abuses that we see in our community and across the country. Secondly, we see these drugs oftentimes when they're no longer utilized being flushed down the drain, and we're seeing higher levels of residual pharmaceuticals in our waterways and our streams. So, to solve 2 problems with one effort, we partnered with Home Instead Senior Care to start a program called Operation Medicine Cabinet to get those drugs out of the homes, out of the hands of youngsters, and out of the waterway, and safely and environmentally destroy them. Learn more about the program at OperationMedicineCabinetMI.com and be part of the solution. Thank you.
ONTV News, I'm Jessi Agnew. How can you get farm fresh produce into your diet and support the local economy? By visiting the Lake Orion Farmers Market. The weekly event recently kicked off its 2013 season, and ONTV's Joe Johnson was there.
On Wednesday, June 19th, the Lake Orion DDA hosted its first farmers market of the season on a parcel of land next to the Orion Arts Center. In its 5th season, a dozen vendors set up tents to sell farm fresh produce, kettle corn, and other tasty treats.
Well, I can say that we really have the best of locally grown, whether it be organics. If you're interested in that line, we have wonderful meats and eggs and produce. But just to support things that are locally grown and not necessarily jump for Walmart, come and help these people live their dreams and do their farming and experience the best Michigan has to offer in the summer.
Bigelow Berry Farm in North Branch brought in strawberries harvested earlier that morning. L.D. Thompson told us that farmers markets like this one account for the bulk of their sales, and he'll be bringing in fresh berries for the next several weeks or until the berries last.
We pick in the mornings, and this morning we were picking till noon, and he happened to bring them right off the back of the tractor to me, and then I brought them here to Lake Orion's Farmers Market.
Can't get more fresh than that, huh?
No, you can't.
Mystic Kettle was on site, popping their all-natural Michigan-grown kettle corn. The aroma alone may have accounted for the steady stream of visitors. The Lake Orion Farmers Market is one of many they attend each week, in addition to special events and art fairs.
I just think it's nice and quaint, and the community is nice, so it's just an enjoyable place to be.
Kaylee Rhodes represented Rob Ray Farms out of Brown City, a family-owned and operated farm that grows certified organic produce.
The people out here are great. They're interested in the products. All the vendors here are wonderful as well. It's just great.
Although the vendors in attendance on the first day will make up the core of the farmers market throughout the summer, you can expect additional vendors and a wider variety of produce as crops and gardens are harvested later this summer.
You see a lot of beautiful lettuces, and of course we've got great strawberries in season right now. So as that season moves on with the heat and the nice weather, then we start getting the tomatoes and the sweet corn and some of the things that people are really anticipating. So absolutely.
The Lake Orion Farmers Market will take place each Wednesday from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. through September 11th. And beginning on July 10th, the Farmers Market will butt up right against the Gazebo Concert Series. The concert series kicks off with Ruby T and Valentine and is just a short hop across Paint Creek into Children's Park. If you would like to take part in the Lake Orion Farmers Market, send an email to farmersmarket@downtownlakeorion.org or call 248-693-9742, extension 100 for more information. From downtown Lake Orion, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV News.
Thanks, Joe. Anytime a new business generates foot traffic in downtown Lake Orion, all businesses in the village benefit. 51 North Brewery had a soft opening in January of this year, and the restaurant received much acclaim. Now, 5 months later, the Chamber of Commerce and the DDA officially welcomed the brewery to the community with a ribbon-cutting ceremony.
Open up, ready to go on the end?
On Thursday, June 20th, officials, friends, family, and staff gathered in front of 51 North Brewery to celebrate its official grand opening. The microbrewery and restaurant is owned by Mary and Don Gintart of Troy. It's their first business venture of this type.
We're truly excited to be here. It's nice to jump in. We've been open for a number of months, but I wanted to make sure that this was a nicer day for something like this. But becoming part of the community is a big part of this whole operation. So jumping in with the Chamber of Commerce, helping out the community at large is a very, very big thing for 51 North.
51 North Brewery is located on Broadway and Shadwell, just north of Flint Street. DDA Board Chair Gene Carlson told us what it means to the downtown area to have a new, thriving restaurant in the area.
Yeah, I think it means a lot to the downtown, especially on this end of the town. We haven't really had any restaurants. We're expanding this area now, and I think we'll attract a lot more business on this end of the town. It's always good to have a restaurant, another restaurant in your town. Attracts people, attracts a lot of foot traffic, and Don and Mary Gintart here at 51 North have done a great job putting together their brewery, the building itself. The food is fantastic, and of course the beer, the mead, and the wine, it's all good. And if you haven't been here, this is where you need to be. You need to check it out.
We are a microbrewery, number one. And microbreweries they're popping up everywhere, we get that, but we've taken that whole concept to another level. The beers are as good as you're going to get anywhere. Adam Beretta's very good at what he did. We just did the World Expo beer, 7 beers were entered, 3 medals, so it tells you about the quality of the beer. My wife Mary runs probably as innovative a kitchen as you're going to have around here. Healthy food, locally sourced, as much homemade. Heck, we make our own chicken stock back there in that kitchen. So you're going to get a handcrafted beer, handcrafted food. I think you'll love the building. We've done a great job, I think, on the building. And finally, I think the service is top-notch. If you want a place to have a whole experience, let me add entertainment 3 nights a week as well, because I'm a musician and that's part of it too. So you want to have a great night, 51 North's the place to do it.
Summer is officially here, and with the start of summer comes the onslaught of garage sales. On Saturday, June 8th, Orion Township gave bargain hunters a chance to hit multiple sellers in one area at the same time. More than 50 sellers reserved parking spaces in the lot of the Orion Center for Orion Township's annual Closet Cleanout. In past years, the event had been held in Friendship Park, but attendees seemed to enjoy the new location. Visitors were able to browse through household items and collectibles in search of a bargain. The event ran from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and although free to the public, the proceeds raised from seller fees helps the township offer programs and events throughout the year. The township raised additional money through the sale of hot dogs and refreshments. The next major event on the township's calendar is the Summer Sizzle, scheduled to take place on Tuesday, July 16th on the grounds of the Orion Center. Enjoy music, food, and games from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., a free concert by Chautauqua Express at 7 p.m., and a free outdoor movie at 8 p.m. For more information, visit oriontownship.org. This year, the Lake Orion Lions Club celebrates its 75th year of existence. The organization strives to help out charitable causes in the area, and to make that happen, fundraisers are held throughout the year. The Lion Club's largest fundraiser of the year recently took place over 4 days in June. For more than 40 years, the Lake Orion Lions Jubilee is an event that brings the community together while raising funds for a worthy cause. For most of its 40 years, the Jubilee was held in downtown Lake Orion during the 4th of July weekend. 4 years ago, the event was moved to the grounds of Canterbury Village, which has become the event's permanent home. This year, the Jubilee was held from Thursday, June 20th through Sunday, June 23rd. Skirbeck Brothers Shows provides a wide variety of rides for visitors of all ages, as well as games and food. The proceeds generated during the 4-day event is split between Skirbeck and the Lions Club, which allows the organization to serve numerous charitable organizations in the area.
We do all kinds of local things. We help needy families and children with eyeglasses and hearing aids. We do scholarships for the high school students. We help out with a food program at Christmas time. We've got leader dogs. We're even giving money to Paws for the Cause. We got all kinds of different charities and individuals that we help out all over the community.
The Lake Orion Lions officially celebrated the organization's 75th anniversary on Friday, June 14th at Kings Court Castle at Canterbury Village. During the event, 18 past presidents were introduced to the crowd of 150, including past President Jim Leach, who also once served as the Lake Orion Police Chief.
You can be very proud of this Lake Orion Lions Club, the job they have done over the 75 years. And it continues on as we speak and will continue on past our days. Enjoy the pictures, enjoy the history that's been going on up here. Enjoy being a member, and for God's sake, try to take in some members. I was talking with John Randall, and it's getting to be to a point where maybe all of your membership is going to be like members, so you're going to have somebody paying dues to take in some members. Thanks to the Lake Orion Lions Club and everything they have done in district-wide, and statewide, and international-wide. You are a great bunch of guys.
To coincide with the 75th anniversary, the Lions Club is holding a raffle to benefit the organization. A brand new Chrysler 200 LX provided by Milash Palace Chrysler will be raffled off on November 22nd. Tickets are $20 apiece and only 2,000 will be sold. For more information, visit lakeorionlions.org. We end today's program with some exciting news. On May 30th, the Alliance for Community Media held their annual Hometown Media Awards ceremony in San Francisco, California. The Hometown Media Awards honors and promotes community media and local cable programs that are distributed on public, educational, and governmental access cable television channels. We here at ONTV are proud to announce our very own Joe Johnson and Kayla Brandon were recognized in the Best of Community Events category for their program 2012 Dragon on the Lake, a recap of the last year's Dragon on the Lake Festival spanning 3 days of fun and festivities. ONTV and Cable Commission board members attended the ceremony and accepted the Hometown Award on behalf of Joe and Kayla.
When I received the email that I won the award, it was a real honor and a nice surprise because from what I understand, I think they had more than 500 entries in various categories. So there's a lot of competition out there. It's a national award, so to be recognized nationally for me is a really big deal and really exciting.
On Monday, June 17th, Joe was recognized by Township Supervisor Chris Barnett and the rest of the board for his accomplishment. Joe and ONTV Operations Manager Ian Locke were invited to the board meeting where they shared the exciting news with the community.
No, I'd like to thank ONTV staff and management and our board for providing the support to allow us to create great programming like this, and I'd like to thank Kayla Brandon for volunteering her time to spend the entire day at Dragon on the Lake. So it wasn't just me, it was an effort of multiple people.
Again, we would like to congratulate Joe and Kayla on their award, and we look forward to more in the future. That's it for this edition of ONTV News. On behalf of the entire crew, I'm Jessi Agnew. Thank you for watching.